It's not happiness that makes us grateful, it's gratitude that makes us happy. This is how David Steindl-Rast summed it up in his 2013 TED Talk, Want to be Happy? Be Grateful. And indeed, there are empirical studies that show that people who regularly feel gratitude seem to be happier and more content. But there's even more to it. On average, they are also healthier, more resilient in crisis, more creative and more flexible. In this video, you will learn why gratitude plays such an important role for our mental health and how you can bring more gratitude into your life. For a long time, psychology has mainly dealt with what we typically call negative emotions and studied emotions such as fear or anger. From an evolutionary psychology point of view, these emotions were particularly important for survival, and to this day they create a kind of tunnel vision and reaction that allows us to focus our energy for fight or flight, also known as fight or flight response. Yet, even though scientific findings on the origins and effects of negative emotions play an important role in preventing or treating mental health issues, they only make up half of the story. In the late 1990s and early 2000s, psychologist Barbara L. Fredrickson published several influential articles on the role of positive emotions, arguing in her so-called broaden and build theory that positive emotions such as gratitude, hope, love, or joy allow us to broaden our perspective, form relationships, become creative, try new things, learn, grow our skills, and stay mentally healthy. In her work, Fredrickson found that on average, we need a ratio of 3 positive emotions to 1 negative emotion in order to maintain a positive baseline mood and remain resilient and mentally healthy, even in challenging times. Moreover, cross-cultural studies have shown that feeling positive allows us to discover more commonalities with others, which can strengthen our relationships and make us more tolerant. But why do we actually need 3 positive emotions to balance out 1 negative one? Among other things, this is related to the fact that, on average, we experience negative feelings more strongly and intensely and tend to remember them better. Let me illustrate this with a simple example that you might be familiar with from your own life. The whole day went well. You had a positive experience at work in the morning. The sun was shining during your lunch break. You made good progress on your tasks in the afternoon. Then, shortly before finishing your workday, something happened that annoyed or frustrated you. When you go to bed, this moment comes back to your mind and you think, what a bad day. Hopefully tomorrow will be better. In fact, we often need to consciously remind ourselves of all of the positive things that happened in our day. And this is where gratitude comes in. Gratitude is one of our positive emotions that we can experience frequently and that can help to balance our ratio of positive to negative emotions. We typically experience gratitude when we feel that someone or something has done something good for us, but also in more abstract situations. For example, when we're grateful for a particularly beautiful sunrise in the morning, for our health, for our life circumstances, or just little special moments in our daily life. Gratitude not only makes us happier and healthier, it also makes us pro-social and eager to do good for others. Of course, gratitude is not a miracle cure, but it can help us to not lose sight of the positive, especially in difficult times, by consciously noticing when others support us and thereby mobilize our resources to overcome challenges, crises, or strokes of fate. To bring more gratitude into your life, I encourage you to regularly remind yourself for a moment to pause, create awareness for what you are grateful for in that moment. You can put a note on your desk or in a place of your choice to remind yourself to consciously practice your gratitude. Or you can create a routine, such as thinking about or even writing down what you're grateful for when you go for a walk, brush your teeth, or just before you go to bed. Let's get straight into it. Take a deep breath and observe what comes to mind when you hear the following questions. What made you smile today? What are you looking forward to tomorrow? What was better today than yesterday? What relationships are you grateful for? What is one thoughtful or nice thing that someone did for you recently? And what is one good thing that you've done for someone else, and how did it make you feel? What are you grateful for today? These and similar questions can help you to bring more gratitude into your life and to experience positive moments with more awareness and more intensity. You can also use these questions in conversations with other people to find out what makes them happy, what they are grateful for, or what they are looking forward to. And the best thing about gratitude is, it is contagious and it gets bigger when you share it with each other.